You caught me having a biscuit and a coffee. Hello, welcome. I'm Matt from the Sim Racers Arms, and this is the 3-lap challenge where I take a random track and a random car, and I have just 3 laps to get onto the leaderboard of the time trials, or in the time trials. That'll teach me for eating a biscuit on camera. I invite you guys to try whatever combination we come up with today, and whatever times you set. By the way, you can take as many laps as you like. You don't have to stick to 3, or if you're a sucker for punishment like I am, stick to the 3 laps, set a time, let me know in the comments down below. I'll reply, and sometimes I even jump back in and try and beat your times. I am planning in the future to drop back into some of the more popular leaderboards that appear in this series and try and get as high as I can, and they won't be 3 laps, they'll be more than 3 laps, and I'll be tweaking setups as well. So let's move across to our random car and track selector. So here we are, we've got all of our cars and tracks, and they go on and on and on. I think at the moment we're still in July 2022. There's 126 tracks or variations of tracks, and there's 145 cars or variations on cars, so there's a great number on this list. So we'll go ahead and we'll click 2 times so you guys can see that it is random. So there's the first click and there's the second click. We've got the full Kyalami GP with the older DTM, the 190e Mercedes, so might be interesting. There may be a good handful of people who've had a go at this, so we'll move across to Automobilista 2, and here we are in the main page, and we'll go to time trial, Kyalami GP, and it was the Mercedes. Scrolling forever. There we go. Let's have a look at the livery selection, because I believe these have been updated fairly recently, and I think we'll go for the black and yellow. Let's see how many people are on the board. So we've got 10 at least, we got 20, we got 24 people who've had a go at this combination. So obviously there's been some kind of event where people have took part and set times, so we'll come back up and we'll have a little look, see if I'm on here. No, never done this before, not in time trial. Let's have a look at how many on the how many Mercedes have had a go. So there's 14, so we want to get into the top 10. So to keep it fairly fair, we'll just have a quick scan through the times, and there's quite a spread of times there, so it'd be interesting to see how quick these guys are. So I think we'll go for the lowest Mercedes, which is Zimmer Nata, and then we'll go for another one slightly higher up. I think we'll go for Small Hippie Man, and that'll do for now, and we'll drop across and we'll crack on. So we'll just jump in the tuning, reset to defaults, do my usual. I'm sure if you've seen me do any of these before, you've seen where I change maybe a little bit more on the rear, but these are a little bit light on the rear and they're tail happy. So we'll jump on track. Sounds nice. Tail happy, I said. I'll just move forward slightly in the seat, just so you don't see the chin of the helmet coming through on the screen. Now this is a circuit I've driven on a good handful of times, so I'm pretty familiar with the track. However, never driven this car on this track. before today. Understeer, plenty of it. Use the curb to push us back across. Try not to blow the engine on the gear change down. The tail's coming out. This corner is one of my least favourites. Get my line right into the next left-hander. Hold a nice bit of drift through there. Loads of fun, these cars and the BMW in the same class. Get it stopped. Oh, that was poor effort there. Shaking my rig apart. Oh, concentrating on the ghost instead of my line. So that was lap 1. And a full field of say 20 to 30 of this class car on this track would make for some fun racing. And I know the AI has improved across pretty much all the sim racing titles. And AMS2 Riser are really working hard and updating their AI class by class. So with some nice AI settings and like I say a full field, this would be a really good track. More time to be had there. Way too slow through there. Over the brow, into the braking zone. Bring the back round on the brake. Hold it on the throttle. Not the quickest way of doing it, but trying to keep the momentum going. I'm actually starting to sweat a little bit now as well. It's getting warm in here. I do enjoy these cars. They're just a tiny bit slidey. But the front end does feel a lot more planted these days than the previous versions of the game. So into lap 2, we're definitely in the top 10. It's all about setting a really good time now. So I'm really going to concentrate. What a car. Just about kept within the limits of the track. Barely. Drift it in. I think lap 2 was better than this lap. And I've got wheel and hand animation on. A few people have requested that in the comments. I understand why. As a viewer, it's nice to see that rotation. But for me, playing the game, it was a bit too distracting, so I've been leaving it on and practicing when I've been playing online multiplayer sessions, playing against AI, just so I can get used to it, so I can leave it on for you guys. If there is anything else you want to see during these 3 lap challenges, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it doesn't cost anything and it really helps my channel. It helps anybody's channel that you visit if you just hit that like button. It takes less than a fraction of a second, or less than a second, and it makes the world a difference. And obviously one of the most important things you can do is also hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of these type of videos. So pretty convinced we're in the top 10. We'll move across to the leaderboard and have a quick look. There we go. So we got 3rd, so I'm quite happy with that. I think there's probably another half a second in there to maybe a little bit more, and one day I'll revisit and see if I can get a bit higher up there. You guys, you can definitely be quicker than me. You can easily get into the top 10, and with the times I've seen you do on other challenges. So if you wouldn't mind clicking up here, it'll take you through to another video, and don't forget the like button, subscribe, and make sure you let me know how you get on in this challenge in the comments down below. See you next time.